Hi guys, welcome back to my channel.
Today we're going to be talking about brushes, makeup brushes, makeup face brushes.
My favorite primer brush is this Bebe brush. It doesn't have a name to it or a number, it's just a flat foundation brush. So I usually like to put my primer in with my fingers, but if I'm working on a client, then I'll use this brush. And when I'm applying my foundation, I like to put this down either in streaks or dotting it around my face. Dotting it around my face will give me more of a natural look. And if I want more of a full coverage, really beat foundation, then I'll stipple in my foundation with this brush or with this brush. It's basically an angled flat brush that I use to either buff it in, slide it in, and then go in with a beauty blender, because if you're using a brush like this, any brush that isn't circular that's gonna blend and buff in your foundation it's just, you're gonna need a beauty blender. So yeah, I like to use this brush for contour and blush because I feel like it just fits into the cheeks so nicely, and it also fits like right there so nicely, so I like to use this brush for that. And this brush I like to use, it's a Wet n Wild brush. Both of these are Wet n Wild, and I forgot to mention this one, but this one's just from Amazon. So, and this one I like to just go over my entire face and just blend everything out with, so that's great. And this brush I like to also use for blush. This is probably a day where I'm not doing a full beat face and I just want to like put on some blush and bronzer, and it's not that specific. Like it's easier to blend out. It's not as specific. That's why, and it's also tapered, so it's like, I don't know. It's easier to use on a natural day. Moving on to more powdery stuff. So this I like to use this brush for under eye powder right there. I like to shove it right in there because it really gets in there. And this is the Morphe M438. So M438. It's an amazing brush. I really like this brush. I also like this brush for cutting here under the cheekbones for my bronzer. And I also like using it to cut my nose contour. I like using it as powder to like highlight my face. So I'll put banana powder here, all around on my forehead, over here on my chin, over here. I just got this brush recently, probably like a month ago, and I use it every single time I do my makeup. I can't live without it. It's amazing. The next two brushes that I'm going to be speaking of are these two highlighter brushes. They're so cute. Oh, three. Whoops. I used to use these two, mostly this one, just because I feel like it just got right in there where I wanted it. And this one is more of like a packing brush if you're trying to pack. This one is kind of like, these are Real Techniques, and this is a Morphe M501. This is kind of like a mixture of them both because it is a packery brush, but it's also really light and fluffy. This one's super dense. The other brush that I like to use is this brush. The other brushes that I like to use are these two brushes. They're super similar in density. This one's a little bit more dense, but I don't know. I like this one more for some reason. And I use this to blend out my contour, my cream contour, not my powder. This would be awful with powder. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you found that informative and helpful. Please subscribe, like, comment, tell me which brushes are your absolute favorites, which ones you can't live without. For instance, this one. And let me know what you think of my collection. If you have tried any of these brushes and they just didn't work out for you, or if you also love the same brushes that I love, we can talk in the comments. I would love to